CBS 2 political reporter Chris Ty is with us tonight. We want to bring him in on some of the top headlines from the results we're seeing so far, like extremely low voter turnout, Chris.
That's right. The numbers really are going to tell the story here, and it might not be tonight. It might be later this week. In the city of Chicago, just 20% of registered voters actually voted today. That number could move a little bit in the next few hours, but it makes it the lowest turnout in a presidential primary in 24 years in the city. And young people stayed home. 53% of the vote made up of folks over the age of 55. And they voted for and rewarded names and faces they've known for years, like Davis and Garcia that Joe and Erica just walked us through. The other side of that coin, huge numbers of young people stayed home. These were the voters that helped carry Brandon Johnson to victory last year, that led to losses for more progressive candidates tonight. There are more than 100,000 mail-in ballots outstanding, 110,000 almost, in fact. Not sure how many will be mailed back, but that number is likely to swing where things land for the two big races outstanding, including one of Mayor Johnson's signature campaign promises, the Bring Chicago Home effort. The odds of its passage likely to hinge on those outstanding ballots. We might not have that answer until later this week. Those mail-in ballots will also unlock the Cook County State's Attorney's race. Former Judge Eileen Burke neck and neck with the pick of the Democratic Party, former prosecutor and University of Chicago professor Clayton Harris, who also had the valuable endorsement of Tony Preckwinkle. Now, of those 110,000 mail-in ballots outstanding, this is critical. Some of those are Republican ballot voters who will not weigh in on this. Some may skip voting on this race. But even if only half of that 110,000 weigh in, Joe and Erica, that's more than enough to swing this one way or another. At stake here, of course, who replaces Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx. Harris framed himself as a supporter of Foxx and planning to keep many of her policies in place. Burke, meantime, presenting herself as tougher on crime. Whichever candidate wins, they will square off with Republican Bob Fioretti in November. But the Democratic winner in Cook County, as we all know, is almost a lock to replace Kim Foxx.
All right.
Those outstanding votes will be critical.
Huge. Can't understate that enough. That's the headline of the night.
Right.
Thank you, Chris.
Especially in this particular race, which is the Cook County State's Attorney race. Here are the latest numbers. As we just saw, 51.3% to Clayton Harris's 48.7%. The total going right now to Eileen Burke, again, with 98% in.
Yeah, and just a few minutes ago, she actually took the stage there at her campaign headquarters. So far, we've heard her say that she's cautiously optimistic, but not claiming victory just yet. Let's listen.
Not by locking everybody up, by turning people around. While we cannot declare a victory yet, I know that every single assistant state's attorney, past or present, knows that feeling of pride when they stand up in court and say, I am here on behalf of the people of the state of Illinois. That's right. Yeah! The state's attorney's office has a noble mission, a mission to represent victims, a mission to uphold the law. Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for your faith in me. We will be patient, and we will let the democratic process play out, and we will build a safer, more just Cook County together. Thank you.
All right, that was O'Neill Burke speaking, not claiming victory, but speaking at her headquarters tonight.
Let's shift now to CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey. She is live with Burke's opponent tonight. That is Clayton Harris, and in his camp tonight. Hi, Megan.
Right, and so far we have not seen Clayton Harris tonight. I'm told he's in the building, but he is waiting for the official final results to come in before he joins the party. He was also waiting for those results before he spoke to the group here, spoke to his supporters. Again, at this point, we do not know when that will happen. The mood has been a bit somber here since it became apparent that Eileen Burke had a narrow lead. His supporters were hoping that his endorsement by Cook County Democratic Party would put him over the top. But again, we are still waiting on that official count. And a reminder for our viewers that while the winner of today's Democratic primary will face a Republican and Libertarian challenger in November, he or she is likely expected to take the seat. For now, we're live in Fulton Market. Megan Hickey, CBS 2 Investigators.
Thanks, Megan.
The winner of the Democratic State's Attorney primary will face former Alderman Bob Fioretti, as Chris mentioned earlier, running uncontested as a Republican.
All right, let's